The LS2 Explorer Carbon is an adventure helmet from the brand LS2. This helmet is designed with a modern design and suitable for both on and off-road riding. We gave this helmet to our test rider and he came back with some interesting data, so stay tuned. Hi everyone, Team from Champion Helmets here and welcome to our channel. Here in front of me I have the LS2 Explorer Carbon. The Explorer Carbon is a full face helmet that you can use for daily use and off-road riding. This helmet is 2206 certified and offers a lightweight feel and protection. During our test we're going to find out if claims by LS2 hold some truth. We put a lot of time and effort into these reviews with just one goal, so you get an honest review based on facts and not just marketing language and personal opinions. So, if you appreciate this effort, click that subscribe button and like the video to stay up to date with our latest videos and reviews. Before we dive in, we go over some general points first. The Explorer Carbon has an oval fit, has a double D-ring and it starts at a retail price of about 430 euros. Because of this, the helmet will compete with the Shoei Hornet ADV, Shoei E2, Arai 2X4 and some other high-end adventure helmets. We're going to start the review with the material part. The Explorer Carbon is made of multiple layers of carbon. This ensures that the helmet remains light and very strong. Carbon is the best material used for helmets, because it requires less material but still achieves a certain level of protection, resulting in a lightweight helmet. The helmet is available in 6 sizes and 3 outer shell sizes, and the LS2 has a wide range of colors and designs. If we add this up, we see that the Explorer earns 4 stars for the material part. And if we compare this to the other helmets, we see that it does an excellent job. It is on par with the Hornet and the 2X4. Par with the Hornet and the 2X4 did slightly better thanks to more outer shell sizes. The least performing helmet was the E2 with only 2 outer shell sizes. So great start for LS2. Okay, we move on to an important part, and namely the weight. In the end, a lighter helmet still ensures a better riding experience and it prevents fatigue in your neck. And when we weight the Explorer Carbon in a size M, we see that it has a weight of 1494 grams, which is an excellent result. This weight earns the helmet 4 stars. If we compare the weight with the other helmets, it is almost at the top of the list. The lightest helmet was the Klim Curios Pro with a weight of 1300 grams, but this is extremely light for this type of helmet. All the other helmets we see in the results are all heavier than 1400 grams, so once again a great result. Okay, great. Now that we have gone over the weight and material, let's move on to the visor. The LS2 Explorer Carbon has a 3D optical A-class visor. This visor offers a good field of view and is anti-scratch treated and UV resistant. Also, this helmet has a drop-down sun visor for protection from the sun while riding. And lastly, we see that the helmet is pinlock lens prepared and the lens is included in the box. Looking at the score of this helmet, we see a decent visor, an integrated sun visor and a pinlock lens included in the box, resulting in a fine score of 4 stars. And when we put this result next to the other helmets, we see that it stands its ground. The ADF 9000 and the E2 scored slightly better with 4.5 stars. This helmet earns more stars because they have a slightly better visor mechanism. Now that we've discussed the material, weight and visor, it is time to see how the helmet performs out on the road. Before we continue with the road test, I'll briefly explain how we collect our data. On the left side we see a white thermometer, linked to a sensor inside the helmet. This thermometer measures the temperature inside the helmet. At the top center you see the decibel meter. This is linked to a microphone placed near our rider's ear. This measures the sound as our riders hears it. On the right side we see a phone that displays wind speed and outside temperature. And in the middle we see the dashboard of the bike showing the riding speed of our test rider. With that out of the way, we're going to start with the road test with the noise. When testing the helmet we had an average wind speed of 120 and riding speed of 130 km an hour. And looking at our decibel meter we see that the Explorer Carbon had a reading of 96 decibels, which is extremely quiet for an adventure helmet. This is also one of the lowest values we've ever measured. Comparing this, the Explorer Carbon has an excellent score of 5 stars. As you can see, the other helmets score well below this. Only the E2 and the ADF 9000 score similarly. The E2 even has the same number of stars, but shows a high decibel number of 97 compared to the Explorer Carbon, which shows a decibel number of 96. So again, a very interesting result. Alright, we move on to the ventilation of the helmet. In fact, a well-ventilated helmet is very important. Especially in the summer, you obviously want to keep your head cool while riding. Before we get to the results, let's take a look at the ventilation options. The Explorer Carbon has a chin vent that you can open and close with a slider. The helmet also has a top vent that you can open and close. And all the warm air can escape through the rear outlets and spoiler on the back of the helmet. When we start looking at the results, we see that the helmet was 5 degrees hotter inside the helmet compared to the outside temperature, which is a big difference. If we compare this to the other helmets, we see that it actually is on par with some other helmets. The AX9 also had a difference of 5 degrees, and the Hornet and ADF 9000 did even worse. The best performing helmet were the E2 and the Klimcubes Pro, with the same temperature inside the helmet compared to the outside temperature. Okay, great, we have arrived at the comfort. For this part we lean on the more than 15 years of riding experience of our test rider. He has tested all the other helmets, so he can make the comparison like no other. Our rider mentioned that the helmet was fine while riding, but did not feel like the other helmets in this price range. The inside of the helmet is padded with laser cut foam. This ensures that the helmet has a nice snug fit. This is then covered with linen, which are also washable. And all materials used are breathable and made with hypoallergenic material. Overall the helmet feels fine, but is average in comfort. For this reason the Explorer Carbon is 3.5 stars for the comfort part. If we compare this with the other helmets, we see that this helmet scores average on our list, but for a price of 430 euros it has a decent score. The Hornet offers just a little more support and comfort while riding compared to the Explorer Carbon, and earned 4 stars, as did the X4, Krios Pro and E2. So a steady result by LS2. Okay, we have only the features left before we jump into the final results. First of all, the helmet is 2206 certified and has an emergency quick release. This means that in case of an emergency, the helmet can be removed in a safe and easy way. Also the helmet features a double D-ring. This ensures that the helmet stays on the head and had a snug fit. If we put everything together, we see that the helmet earned 3 stars. And once we compare this with the results of the other helmets, we see quite comparable results. There are in total of 4 helmets with the same result, and the E2 did just a little bit better with a result of 4 stars. And now that we have completed our road test, we move on to the final results. Now that we are done with each part, let's go over to the total overview and final verdict. The LS2 Explorer Carbon earned 4 stars for the material. This is because it is made of carbon and comes in 3 Audi shell sizes. Because the helmet weighed 1494 grams, it earned 4 stars for the weight. For the visor it earned 4 stars, because the helmet is pinhole lens prepared and has an integrated sun visor. For noise, the helmet earned a whopping score of 5 stars, thanks to an excellent result of 96 decibel. And for ventilation, the helmet earned a disappointing 1 star, due to a difference of 5 degrees. And for comfort, 3.5 stars, because it felt solid while riding. For features, the helmet earned 3 stars, thanks to the new 2206 certification. If we add up all the earned stars, we see that it gets an average of 3.5 stars, for which you pay 80 euros per earned star. With this neat score means that it is an excellent helmet with a great price quality. Would you like to learn more about the LS2 Explorer Carbon? Then be sure to take a look in our webshop, championhelmets.com, where we always offer the lowest price guarantee and have amazing discount bundles. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel and set on the notifications, so you won't miss new reviews, road tests and guides. My name is Simon from Champion Helmets, thank you for watching and until next time.